My dear students, welcome to chemistry class. So in the previous video we have discussed about some chemical properties of phosphine. Here in this video we are going to discuss about the remaining chemical properties of phosphine, structure of phosphine, uses of phosphine. Also we will study about the preparation, structure and uses and some chemical properties of phosphorus trichloride. Okay students, so the remaining three important properties of phosphine are basic nature, and reducing property, also then that hydrolysis properties. Okay, so basic nature. So in the basic nature property, phosphine actually generally it is a weakly basic. So it is weak base. So we are calling it is weakly basic and forms phosphonium salt. With halogen acids. So what are the halogen acids? Halogen acids examples are hydrogen iodide, hydrochloric acid HCl, then HBr. These are the halogen acids. So basic nature of phosphine is it is weak base and forms phosphonium salt with halogen acid. Halogen acids examples are hydrogen iodide, HCl, HBr. Okay, so we will see the reaction. Phosphine pH 3 plus hydrogen iodide, that is Hi, it will form pH 3. This hydrogen will be combining with this pH 3, so pH 4, then I. So it is phosphonium salt. Second reaction, also it can form pH 3 plus HCl. It can give pH 4 Cl. Okay, that also phosphonium salt. Then what will happen? This pH 4 I, when you dissolve in water, if it is strong base, then it will not dissociate into ions. Since it is weak base, so that pH 4 I is a weak base plus water. When you heat, what will happen? You will get again phosphine plus hydronium ion. So remaining one hydrogen is there. With this H2, it will form H3O plus I minus. This iodine will be separated into iodide. Okay, so this is the very good example for this weak base. If it is strong base, you will not get this reaction. So until you will get this reaction, the reaction will be over. If it is weak base, when you dissolve again into the water, it will dissociate into ions. Okay students, this is phosphine, this is hydronium ion, this iodide ion. Okay, then it can react with halogens, to form phosphorus pentachloride. Phosphorus pentahalides. So equation is pH 3, that is phosphine plus Cl2 pH 3 plus Cl2, we will get phosphorus pentachloride PCl5 plus HCl. Now you have to balance the equation. Put 4 here, then put 3 here. Now the equation is balanced. Okay students, so basic nature of phosphine we already studied. Now the reaction with halogens, so we are getting phosphorus pentahalides. Okay, next one, reducing property. Next reaction is reducing property. Reducing property. See, phosphine precipitates some metals from their salt solutions. So it precipitates some metals from metal solution, from its metals solutions. Okay, example is silver nitrate. When silver nitrate AgNO3 when reacts with phosphine, we will get the precipitate of silver phosphide Ag3P plus nitric acid. Okay, so we can get the precipitate of the metals. Okay, so AgNO3 plus phosphine, silver phosphide plus nitric acid. Now balance the equation. Here 3, then put 3 here. Now the equation is balanced. Okay, actually here what happened, this, see, the silver is reduced. Okay, so because the oxygen is removed, so that phosphine acts as a reducing agent. Okay, students. Then also it forms coordination compounds. With Lewis acid. Examples of Lewis acid is boron trichloride. That is BCl3. Boron trichloride. Okay. So when BCl3 plus phosphine pH3, it forms, actually this phosphorus, it donates a pair of lone pair electron to boron. Okay, so that it forms that compounds of coordination compounds. Okay, actually this phosphine is Lewis base, so it can react with the Lewis acid. It is a Lewis base. Phosphine is the Lewis base. So what happened? I am writing here H3P BCl3. This is the coordination compound. Actually this arrow, it means it is not giving actually the symbol of coordination compound. Okay, coordination compound symbol is this arrow. So now the reaction is over. So all the chemical properties of phosphines are completed. We studied about basic nature of phosphine, then reaction with halogens, reducing property of phosphine, then formation of coordination compounds. Okay, students. Next one is structure of phosphine. Structure. Actually, it shows sp3 hybridization, that phosphorus in phosphine. Phosphorus shows sp3 hybridization. Then the 3 orbitals are occupied by bond pair. So bond pairs are 3. Then lone pairs are 1. So there is 1 lone pairs. See, 3 orbitals are occupied by 3 bond pairs, and that 4th corner is occupied by the lone pair of electrons. So 3 bond pairs, 1 lone pair of electrons. See, in the structure, that phosphorus is sp3 hybridized in phosphine. Then there will be 3 bond pair and one lone pair of electrons. Hence the bond angle is equal 94. So that shape is pyramidal shape. So these 4 points are enough. So phosphorus sp3 hybridized. So it shows sp3 hybridization. 3 bond pairs are there. Then that fourth one is occupied by one lone pair of electrons. The bond angle between this hydrogen to hydrogen, that is 94, and it shows pyramidal shape. Also that bond length is 1.42 angstrom. Clear? That bond length is 1.42 angstrom. So these are the 5 points are important. Now I will show how to draw the structure of phosphine. So phosphorus, then hydrogen, 3 hydrogen, pH3. Okay. So one is behind of this phosphorus. Then this is front side. Then this is the last one. Then the lone pair will be on the top of the phosphorus. So this bond angle, that bond angle is 93.5 degree. So we are writing 94. Approximately we are writing 94 degree. Then this length, bond length 1.42 angstrom. Clear? So this is the structure of phosphine. So clear? So phosphorus, 3 hydrogens, hydrogen atom, then one lone pair is there. That shape is pyramidal shape. Okay students, and this is lone pair electrons. Clear? Next one is uses of phosphine. Uses of phosphine. Actually that main use of this phosphine, it is used in the ship. So we are calling Holmes signal. That is Holmes signal. HOL signal. This Holmes is the scientist name. That scientist invented this uses of phosphine, so that name is kept as Holmes signal. அதாவது மெயினாக இந்த பாஸ்ஃபினோட இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் யூஸ் என்ன அப்படின்னா, ஷிப்பில் வந்து நைட் நேரத்தில் உங்களுக்கு வந்து அந்த தெரியாது, அதாவது ஏத்தாப்பில் வரக்கூடிய ஷிப் தெரியாது. ஸோ அப்பப்போ என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா, அந்த ஷிப் ஏதாவது பக்கத்தில் ஏதாவது அப்ரோச் ஆச்சு அப்படின்னா என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா, ஷிப் வந்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு சிக்னலுக்காக என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா, ஒரு ஃபயர் மாதிரி ஒன்று க்ரியேட் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஸோ அந்த ஃபயர் தான் என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னா, அது வெளிச்சத்தை கொடுத்து, ஸோ எய்த்தாப்பில் வரக்கூடிய ஷிப்புக்கு வந்து, ஸோ எய்த்தாப்பில் நமக்கு ஒரு ஷிப் வருது அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு சிக்னல் கொடுக்கும். புரியுதா? ஸோ அதான் என்ன சொல்கிறாங்கன்னா ஹோம்ஸ் சிக்னல் சொல்கிறாங்க. அது எப்படின்னா, நம்ம பாக்ஸில், உட்டன் பாக்ஸில் என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா, சின்ன சின்ன ஹோல்ஸ் அகனைக்கான போட்டு வச்சுருவாங்க. இந்த ஹோல்ஸ் போட்டுட்டு இது உள்ளே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கால்சியம் பாஸ்பேட் இருக்கும், Ca3P2. அதே மாதிரி கால்சியம் கார்பைடு இருக்கும், CaC2. கால்சியம் பாஸ்பேட் இருக்கும், கால்சியம் கார்பைடு இருக்கும். இந்த ரெண்டு உள்ளே இருக்கும்பொழுது என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னா, அதை நம்ம வாட்டருக்குள்ளே, அதாவது என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா, அந்த பாக்ஸை என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா நைட்டு கடலில் தூக்கி போட்டுருவாங்க. ஸோ கடலில் போடும்பொழுது என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னா, இப்போ இந்த மாதிரி இருக்குன்னா, கடலில் படும் பொழுது வாட்டர் உள்ளே என்ட்ராகும் பொழுது, சீ வாட்டர் என்ட்ராகும் பொழுது, சீ வாட்டர் உள்ளே என்ட்ராகுது. அப்போ என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னா, இதோட ரியாக்ட் ஆகும். சீ வாட்டர் என்ட்ராகும் போது என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னா, நமக்கு கால்சியம் பாஸ்பேட்லேருந்து பாஸ்பினும், இதிலேருந்து என்ன கிடைக்கும் அப்படின்னா pH3 கிடைக்கும். இதிலேருந்து என்ன கிடைக்கும் அப்படின்னா அசிட்டிலின் கிடைக்கும். C2H2ன்னு அசிட்டிலின் கிடைக்கும். இது ரெண்டுமே கேஸ். எதெல்லாம் கேஸ் அப்படின்னா பாஸ்பீனும் கேஸு, அதே மாதிரி இந்த அசிட்டிலினும் கேஸ். போத் ஆர் கேஸஸ். ஆக்சுவலாக நம்ம பாஸ்பீனோட ப்ராப்பர்ட்டிஸ் என்ன, ஈஸியாக அது வந்து ஸ்பான்டேனியஸாக அதே என்ன ஆகும், உங்களுக்கு ஃபயர் ஆகிடும். அப்போ இந்த கேஸ் இருக்குது பார்த்தீங்களா, இந்த C2H2 அசிட்டிலின் கேஸ், இதுக்கு வந்து என்ன அப்படின்னா ஃபயர் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ஏதாவது ஒரு சப்ஸ்டன்ஸ் தேவை. ஸோ பாஸ்பீனும் இது ரெண்டும் சேர்ந்து எரியும் பொழுது ரொம்ப பவர்ஃபுல்லான ஒரு பிரைட் லைட்டோட உங்களுக்கு எரியும். ஸோ அதுதான் என்னது, ஹோம்ஸ் சிக்னல். நவ் வி வில் see the reaction. See the chemical reaction. Actually this is not given in the textbook, just for your knowledge, so I am writing Ca3P2 plus H2O, we are getting phosphine PH3 plus calcium hydroxide. Next one is calcium carbide plus water, we are getting C2H2 plus calcium hydroxide. Okay, balance the equation, put 6 here, then 2 here, then put 3 here, then put 2 here. That's all. Now the equation is balanced. Okay, see this producing phosphine, it is the gas, this also gas. Okay, so from calcium phosphide we are getting phosphine, from calcium carbide we are getting acetylene. Okay, so both are, this is spontaneously it catches fire, but this acetylene requires something need to ignite. So when this phosphine catches fire, automatically this acetylene also getting fire. So together it gives huge flames. Okay students, so phosphine, it is used for producing smoke screen, as it gives large smoke. Okay, so actually that main use of phosphine is, it is used as the Holmes signal. How that process of Holmes signal, so a mixture of a container in a ship, a pierced container with a mixture of Ca calcium carbide and calcium phosphide. Okay, then this calcium carbide liberates CaC2, liberates acetylene, whereas this calcium phosphide liberates phosphine. Okay, when thrown into sea, so they liberate phosphine, the liberated phosphine catches fire and that it ignites acetylene also. So okay, so these burning gases serves as a signal to approaching ships. So this is called Holmes signal. Okay students, so that's all about phosphine. So we studied that preparation, properties, structure and uses. So next one we are going to learn about phosphorus trichloride.
Holmes signal. This serves as a signal to the approaching ships. The containers which have a perforated bottom and a hole at the top are filled with calcium phosphide and calcium carbide. These are thrown into the sea. Water enters the container through the bottom and reacts with calcium carbide and calcium phosphide to give acetylene and phosphine. Phosphine gets ignited spontaneously as it comes in contact with air and also ignites acetylene. Thus, a bright red flame is produced, which is accompanied by a huge smoke due to the burning of phosphine. This serves as a signal to the approaching ships. Calcium phosphide plus water gives phosphine plus calcium hydroxide. Calcium carbide plus water gives acetylene plus calcium hydroxide.
So now phosphorus trichloride. Phosphorus trichloride. That is PCl3. So first one is preparation. So the preparation of phosphorus trichloride, generally when a slow stream of chlorine, slow stream of chlorine is passed over white phosphorus, so we are getting phosphorus trichloride, PCl3 we will get. Also, it can also obtain from this thionyl chloride, when thionyl chloride so there are two methods. This is first method and this is second method. When thionyl chloride, that is SOCl2, when it react with phosphorus, white phosphorus, so we are getting PCl3. Now see the equation. Phosphorus P4 plus SOCl2, this is thionyl chloride and this is white phosphorus. We will get PCl3 plus sulfur dioxide SO2 plus S2Cl2. Okay. Now balance the equation. 4 then put 8 here, then put 4 here, here put 2 here. Now the equation is balanced. See here 16 chlorine, here 12 plus 4, 16 is completed. So this equation is balanced. Okay. Next one is properties. So preparation, there are two methods. One is when slow stream of chlorine is passed over white phosphorus, we are getting PCl3. This equation already we studied. Then when thionyl chloride react with white phosphorus, we are getting phosphorus trichloride. So the equation is given here. Next one is properties. So preparation, that's all. Now properties. So when phosphorus trichloride is hydrolyzed with cold water, it gives phosphorus acid. So phosphorus trichloride, PCl3, when it hydrolyzed means addition of water, that is hydrolysis of PCl3. That is the first reaction. PCl3 plus H2O, we will get phosphorus acid, that is H3PO3 plus HCl. Balance the equation. Put 3 here and here put 3. Now the equation is balanced. Okay. This is phosphorus acid. Clear? Next one. So this reaction involves, actually this hydrolysis of PCl3 involves the coordination of water molecules. So coordination of water molecules using a vacant (3D) orbitals on the phosphorus atom, following by the elimination of HCl, Actually, this reaction similar to hydrolysis of silicon tetrachloride. Okay. So, during the hydrolysis, what will happen? So, when the water molecules coordinate with the 3D orbital, that vacant 3D orbital of phosphorus atom, also there will be elimination of hydrochloric acid, that is HCl. See the reaction. So PCl3, phosphorus trichloride, plus water, PCl3, this is the coordination compound H2O. Then again the elimination of HCl, so POH Cl2 plus HCl. Okay. Then also the two more steps. So during the reaction you will get two more steps. So this product, that is POH Cl2, I am going to write HPO Cl2, again water H2O, we will get H2 PO2 Cl plus HCl. Okay, so this product again reacting with water, that is hydrolysis of water, we will get H2 PO2 Cl. Here HCl is eliminated. Okay, each reaction hydrogen chloric HCl will be eliminated. Then again this product H2 PO2 Cl plus H2O, finally we will get the product of H2 PHO3 plus HCl. Okay, so this is the final product, that phosphorus acid, that is H3PO3. Okay, there is H3PO3. Clear? So this is the hydrolysis of phosphorus trichloride. So similar reactions, some more reactions. Reaction with other molecules, some similar reactions, that is when PCl3, that is phosphorus trichloride, react with alcohols and carboxylic acid. Alcohol example is, we can say ethanol, that is C2H5OH. So this reaction is over. Some similar reactions, C2H5OH, we will get C2H5Cl. Here also we are getting phosphorus acid, that is H3PO3. Again this acetic acid C2H5COOH plus PCl3, we will get C2H5COCl plus phosphorus acid H3PO3. Okay, so these are the important properties of phosphorus trichloride. First one is hydrolysis of PCl3, then in that elimination of HCl. So during that hydrolysis of PCl3, that product is phosphorus acid. So when that organic compounds like ethanol and acetic acids, ethanoic acid react with phosphorus trichloride, we will get phosphorus acid. Okay, so this is phosphorus acid. Okay, so next one we will see that uses and structure of phosphorus acid. Now structure of phosphorus acid. same like phosphine, phosphorus, chlorine, 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 then two lone pairs, sorry, one lone pair electrons, then that angle is 100 degree, then that bond length is from here to here, that is 204 picometer. Okay, so this is the structure of phosphorus trichloride, that is PCl3. Next one is uses of PCl3. It is mainly used as a chlorinating agent for the preparation of phosphorus acid, H3PO3. Okay, students, so that's all about that phosphorus trichloride. It is very easy and very simple. So preparation, properties, structure and uses. Okay, so mainly it is used for the chlorinating agent for the preparation of phosphorus acid, that is H3PO3. Hope you understood today's lesson. So we will discuss about phosphorus pentachloride and some more compounds in the next videos. So thank you very much, students.